Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Johnny Boy in the house. Today I want to tell you about the iPad 2 after 5 years. I have purchased this thing in 2011 that it first came out after the iPad 1. I decided to purchase the iPad 2 is because the iPad 1 didn't have the camera, the camera in the front and the camera in the back. So I want to open it up and show you and tell you about. Let me show you, it is running the latest iOS right now at the moment. So I'm gonna go to General, About. It's running 9.3.2 Verizon 24.0. It's not worth paying for the 4G or the 3G for the iPad because you have the iPhone, and this thing is pretty heavy. No one wants to carry this heavy thing around, and it is a laptop replacement in terms of like a 5-year-old laptop, not like the current laptop where it's powerful in the year 2016, and I highly recommend it to pass it on your old devices instead of like selling it. It's not really worth it. As you can see, the iPad 2, like, it doesn't look as nice. Like, the color is, it's not that great, and so I decided to give it to my mom. My mom is not a very tech person. She uses it like just like simple things like email, YouTube, FaceTime, or like Viper or Hangouts, something like that. Chat. She just chats with her family and friends across the world. And I do have family around the world. That's why I give it to my mom. That way it'll be easier. Most of my family members by now, after 5 years, probably have Apple products. And then, you know, you can check out the speed. Like, it's kind of slow. And then it looks like that. And it has the latest updates, which is kind of nice. So one thing I want to tell you about is that this is the iPad 2 Verizon with 3G connection plus Wi-Fi. And I purchased this because I thought that I would purchase a plan in order to use the iPad more mobilely, like outside of the Wi-Fi range. Turns out I did not. I thought I would do that, but my advice to you is that it's a waste of money. I used to use the iPad 2 like almost every single day before I got the iPhone, and ever since I got the iPhone, the iPad 2 is just a giant iPhone to me. It just collects dust after a few years, and so that's why I decided to give it to my mom. And it has been working out well for mom because my mom is not a heavy computer user. She doesn't have a laptop. This is perfectly fine for people that are light use. And plus this thing costs like $950 that during that time. Bad, you know, buy one of the previous old models for like your grandma or your mother or like people in your family, maybe a younger sister that, you know, just plays games and use the iPad lightly. After 5 years, I still think it's a good device. Right now, it's probably not worth much, maybe around $200. I don't think it's worth selling because it's still a good device. It has been not as fast as their new one, but it's still good. The camera's not that great, but I mean, it still works. And so this is the cover I have. It has been serving me pretty well. Looks like that. And then I have a cover on top of this whole thing. And my mom uses it pretty much every single day. And so I'm very happy to pass it on to my mother. I did use this for my textbooks back in the day when I was in college. It did serve me a purpose, so I don't have to carry my MacBook Pro around. My MacBook Pro was kind of heavy at that time. It was the original MacBook Pro, not the MacBook Pro Retina. And so that was pretty heavy. But now using the iPad, it was lighter put in my backpack. And I was able to take notes or pull out my textbook on my iPad. But now, since I'm all grown up, all I use is the iPhone and my MacBook Pro Retina display. If you have any questions or anything, please comment on the section down below. I'm gonna put a link of this model so you can take a look at it and have an idea of what I'm like reviewing and showing you. If you like this channel and want to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel. Other than that, this is Johnny Boy heading out.